Hello guys, Assalam-o-alaikum. I am Kaleem Khan and you are watching our YouTube channel Kaleem TV1. So if you are new on our YouTube channel Kaleem TV1, so subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for more informative videos. In this video we shall provide information about Singapore. Now we start video. Singapore, officially the Republic of Singapore, is a sovereign island country and city-state in maritime Southeast Asia. It lies about 1 degree of latitude, 137 kilometers or 85 miles north of the equator of the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula, bordering the Strait of Malacca to the west, the Singapore Strait to the south, the South China Sea to the east, and the Strait of Johor to the north. The country's territory is composed of one main island, 63 satellite islands and islets, and one outlying islet. The combined area of these has increased by 25% since the country's independence as a result of extensive land reclamation projects. It has the third highest population density in the world, with a multicultural population, and recognizing the need to respect cultural identities of the major ethnic groups within the nation. Singapore has 4 official languages: English, Malay, Mandarin, and Tamil. English is the lingua franca and numerous public services are available only on English. Multiracialism is enshrined in the Constitution and continues to shape national policies in education, housing, and politics. Singapore consists of 63 islands, including the main island, Palau, Ujong. There are 2 man-made connections to Johor, Malaysia, the Johor-Singapore Causeway in the north and the 2S Sangal Link in the west. Joron Island, Palau Tikong, Palau Obin, and Sentosa are the largest of Singapore's smallest islands. The highest natural point is Bukit Timah Hill at 163.63 meters. Under British rule, Christmas Island and the Cocos Island were part of Singapore, and both were transferred to Australia in 1957. Pedra Branca is the nation's easternmost point. Land reclamation project has increased Singapore's land area from 580 square kilometers in the 1960 to 710 square kilometers by 2015, an increase of some 22%. The country is projected to reclaim another 56 square kilometers. Some projects involve merging smaller islands through land reclamation to form larger, more functional and habitable islands, as has been done with Jorong Island. The type of sand used in reclamation is found in rivers and beaches rather than deserts, and is in great demand worldwide. In 2010, Singapore imported almost 15 million tons of sand for its project, the demand being such that Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam have all restricted or barred the export of sand to Singapore in recent years. As a result, in 2016, Singapore switched to using poldered for reclamation, in which an area is enclosed and then pumped dry. Now, nature Singapore's urbanization means that it has lost 95% of its historical forests, and now over half of the naturally occurring fauna and flora in Singapore is present in nature reserve such as the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve and the Sanji Bolo Wetland Reserve, which comprises only 0.25% of Singapore's land area. In 1967, to combat this decline in natural space, the government introduced the vision of making Singapore a garden city, aiming to improve quality of life. Since then, nearly 10% of Singapore's land has been set aside for parks and natural reserve. The government has created plans to reserve country's remaining wildlife. Singapore's well-known garden include the Singapore Botanic Garden, a 161 years old tropical garden and Singapore's first UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now climate. Singapore has a tropical rainforest climate with no distinctive season, uniform temperature and pressure, high humidity and abundant rainfall. Temperature usually range from 23 to 32 degrees Celsius, while temperature does not vary greatly throughout the year. There is a wetter monsoon season from November to February. From July to October, there is often haze caused by bushfires in neighboring Indonesia, usually from the island of Sumatra. Singapore follows the GMT plus 8 time zone, 1 hour ahead of the typical zone for its geographical location. This causes the sun to rise and set particularly late during February, where the sun rises at 7:15 am and set around 7:20 pm. During July, the sun sets at around 7:15 pm. The earliest the sun rises and sets is in late October and early November, when the sun rises at 6:46 am and sets at 6:50 pm. Singapore recognizes that climate change and rising sea level in the decades ahead will have major implication for its low-lying coastline. Now, industrial sector. Singapore is the world's third largest foreign exchange center, sixth largest financial center, second largest casino gambling market, third largest oil refining and trading center, largest oil-rich producer, and hub for ship repair services, and largest logistics hub. The economy is diversified, with its top contributors being financial services, manufacturing and oil refining. Its main exports are refined petroleum, integrated circuits and computers, which constituted 27% of the country's GDP in 2010. Other significant sectors include electronics, chemicals, mechanical engineering and biomedical sciences. Singapore was ranked 7th in the Global Innovation Index in 2022. In 2019, there were more than 60 semiconductor companies in the Singapore, which together constituted 11% of the global market share. The semiconductor industry alone contributes around 7% of Singapore GDP. Singapore's largest companies are in the telecommunications, banking, transportation and manufacturing sector, many of which started as state-run statutory Corporation and have since been publicly listed on the Singapore Exchange. Okay guys, now thanks for watching.